Good morning, children. Today we are going to be studying the poem The Rebel by D.J. Enright from your HoneyComb textbook. Now, before we begin the poem, let's read the text given. Do you know anyone who always disagrees with you or your friends, or likes to do the opposite of what everyone thinks they should? Think of a word to describe such a person. Discuss with your partner some of the things such a person generally does. Okay. So the textbook is asking us that do you know of anyone or can you think of anyone who usually does the opposite or does what most people wouldn't do or does the opposite of what most people do? Like, say, if you and your friends like to play a certain sport, this person dislikes that sport and prefers to play something else. Say you and your friends like a certain genre of music. This person dislikes that genre and prefers a totally different style of music. Can you think of anyone? Now, what word do you think you can use to describe such a person who goes against most societal norms? Just think of a word and let's read the poem. When everybody has short hair, the rebel lets his hair grow long. When everybody has long hair, the rebel cuts his hair short. When everybody talks during the lesson, the rebel doesn't say a word. When nobody talks during the lesson, the rebel creates a disturbance. So, in these first 8 lines, the author is describing two separate situations. One relating to hair, and the other relating to talking during classes or lessons. The author says that when everybody has short hair, when everybody has cut their hair short, the rebel lets his hair grow long. He does the opposite of what everyone has done. And try and remember this point because this point has been repeated throughout the poem and re emphasized through all these situations. Consequently, when everybody has long hair, the rebel keeps his or her hair short. Now, coming to the lesson. When everybody talks during the lesson or during the class, the lesson is just another word for class, the rebel doesn't say a word. He is the ideal student. But when nobody talks during the class or lesson, the rebel creates a disturbance. Okay, let's continue. When everybody wears uniform, the rebel dresses in fantastic clothes. When everybody wears fantastic clothes, the rebel dresses soberly. In the company of dog lovers, the rebel expresses a preference for cats. In the company of cat lovers, the rebel puts in a good word for dogs. Now, the author says that when everybody wears a uniform, the rebel wears fantastic clothes to stand out. And when everybody wears fantastic clothes, the rebel dresses soberly, always doing the opposite of what everybody else is doing, always standing out. In the company of dog lovers, the rebel says that he or she has a preference for cats. But in the company of cat lovers, the rebel shows a preference for dogs. Once again, always wanting to be the opposite of wherever they are or of whichever company they're in. When everybody is praising the sun, the rebel remarks on the need for rain. When everybody is greeting the rain, the rebel regrets the absence of sun. When everybody goes to the meeting, the rebel stays at home and reads a book. When everybody stays at home and reads a book, the rebel goes to the meeting. Now, When everybody is praising the sun, like say in the summer season, when everybody is thankful for it being hot and bright and sunny, the rebel remarks on the need for rain. The rebel complains about it not raining. But when everybody is greeting the rain, say in the monsoon season, when they're welcoming the rain, which brings with it freshness, cleanliness, and also lots of fun activities to be done in the rain, the rebel regrets the absence of sun. The rebel pipes for the sun. He then wants the sun, which he was cursing earlier. When everybody goes to the meeting, the rebel stays at home and reads a book. When everybody goes to attend something or goes to work, the rebel does the opposite of that and stays at home and reads a book. But when everybody else is staying at home and reading a book or not going to their work, the rebel does just that, goes to the meeting. Now, when everybody says, yes, please, the rebel says, no, thank you. When everybody says, no, thank you, the rebel says, yes, please. So again, it's just reiterating the fact that the rebel has to always do the opposite of what everybody else does. When everybody else says yes, please, like say if somebody is offering something and the people around the rebel say yes, they'd like it, the rebel would reject it, would say no, thank you. But conversely, when everybody else would say no, thank you, the rebel would be very enthusiastic for that thing and say yes, please. Now, it is very good that we have rebels. You may not find it very good to be one. Now, in these last two lines, DJ Enright emphasizes that it is very good that society has its rebels because we may not find it very good to be one, which means while being the rebel or being the opposite of what everyone seems like an enticing or an easy thing to do, when one actually goes to try it, one might actually find it to be very difficult. Because going against what everybody else says is right or what everybody else is doing, going against herd mentality, is a very daunting task. It's not as easy as it seems. And while we can stand and just pass remarks on the rebel for being different or being the opposite of what everybody else does and wonder how he or she does it, we should also be grateful that they do it. Because if we had to be the rebel, we would find ourselves in a very precarious situation. Okay, so that is the end of the poem. Now let's read a bit about the author. Now, D.J. Enright, or Dennis Joseph Enright, was a British academic, poet, novelist, and critic. He authored Academic Year, Memoirs of a Mendicant Professor, and a wide range of essays, reviews, anthologies, and children's books and poems, one of which we just read, called The Rebel. He was born in March of 1920 at Royal Leamington Spa, United Kingdom, and he passed away in December 2002 in London, United Kingdom. He was educated at the North Leamington School and Downing College. Well, that brings us to the end of our lesson. I hope you understood the poem. Thank you.